The video game industry.
Video games.
Video games.
A video game.
And just like in esports, just like in everywhere else, video games are just to blame, and they don't get the respect that a video game should get. Like I mentioned, esport, everybody just takes it as a joke. Nobody even sees that as a real sport, which is insane when you think about poker as a real sport. How? I don't know.
We had a chance to catch up with him and just get a sense of what's involved in the prep and getting ready for this kind of thing, because it is pretty intense. Have a listen.
So as a 17-year-old, being full-time playing video games pretty much is definitely challenging.
Yikes.
He treats it like a full-time job, like a serious act.
All stuff that's going on with gaming right now is just a mess. But what is the new thing that happens that video games get blamed by the media?
He probably logs 6 to 8 hours a day playing one of those video games where you're doing nothing but dehumanizing people by blowing their heads out.
Video games to dehumanize individuals, to have a game of shooting individuals and others.
A video game. So many of these school shooters and others have been sort of raised on a diet of violent video games.
And the games we play and the people we interact with in person and on social media that send people into spirals or into dark places.
And I see a video game industry that teaches young people to kill.
And even our president.
We must stop the glorification of violence in our society. This includes the gruesome and grisly video games that are now commonplace. It is too easy today for troubled youth to surround themselves with a culture that celebrates violence.
Which, for some reason, he tried to tie in these horrible mass shootings that just happened with video game violence. Or with video games in general. It's all about just looking for where to blame or where to put the blame. And they just don't have nowhere else to put it because they know it's themselves and all these stupid laws that they have for guns. It's so easy to get your hands on them with no background checks, no real big issues. It's just so easy to get them. It's harder to get a driver's license than it is to get a gun, which is insane. And it really shouldn't be like that. And it's so stupid to blame video games when that's been a thing for years. Not even that. Like, before video games even happened, we were already having a lot of atrocities and bad things going on and bad things happening in the world. So you can't just blame that. If you're going to blame that, what about the movies? What about all that action stuff? What about everything that gets transmitted for us? But that doesn't get blamed at all. But again, it's not about blaming video games, because that's not what this is about. It's about blaming the right people. We already know who is to blame for all this stuff. It's the president. It's the person that's on top. And we just keep having the same issue. Nothing gets done. It's like if nobody cares. Nothing changes. Blame always gets put around everywhere, which sucks. Video games cannot be the blame of people with mental illnesses, people that just think it's okay to do these things, because that's what's been appropriated these past couple years. It's basically just hate towards your neighbor if he's not white or whatever race it is either, because I mean, it's not like just white people are the only ones. Yeah, that's kind of what they all have in common right now. Most of them are white people that are doing these mass shootings. It's crazy how Trump can just go on and on and on about immigrants, illegal immigrants and aliens and all that, but the problem is here. The problem is with the people that are here. It's obvious. To just deny it, to just shift the blame, and to just do nothing about it, nothing is going to get done like that. And we're just going to be stuck like this. Right now we have 250 mass shootings in the U.S. this year alone, which is insane. And they just care to just blame the video game industry? Are you serious? Just like Beto said on the question our interviewer asked him, which is insane. You're asking me a question which you already know the answer to, and it's just stupid.
Anything in your mind that the president can do now to make this any better?
What do you think? You know the shit he's been saying. He's been calling Mexican immigrants rapists and criminals. I don't know, like, members of the press, what the f***? It's these questions that you know the answers to. I mean, connect the dots about what he's been doing in this country. He's not tolerating racism, he is promoting racism. He's not tolerating violence, he's inciting racism and violence in this country. So, you know, I don't know what kind of question that is.
It's a waste of everybody's time. The people that are in power have to do something about this and not just blame the gaming industry or video games, because it's not video games. It's themselves. It's those people in power that have been opening doors for these racist people and these scumbags to think that what they're doing is fine and it's okay because it's in the name of a greater America, when obviously that's not the case. America is great because of so many cultures and all the diversity that comes through these doors, that comes here from all over the place. By not showing love and care to our neighbors, brothers and sisters, our people, or people, Because at the end of the day, we're all just people. We're all here living the same, or just trying to live the same, or live a decent, good life. These days it just sucks. We cannot go out anywhere without being worried that something could happen. And that's just stupid.